The first warning was not the engine failure. It was the silence. The kind of silence that presses on your ears, that makes your chest feel tight. The wind stopped. The engine screamed once. Then nothing. Just empty sky and the feeling that something had noticed them. Lieutenant Adewale, Whale Okonkwo, was mid-prayer when the plane broke apart. Metal screamed. Fire swallowed the cabin. The world spun, and then the parachute ripped open so hard it nearly tore his shoulders from their sockets. When Whale woke up, the jungle was quiet. Too quiet. He hung from a dead tree, his parachute tangled in dry branches. Below him sat a village, small huts made of mud and wood, carved with strange symbols. Beasts. Faces. Gods. No smoke, no voices. No people, just masks. They hung on doors and poles, their empty eyes pointed at him. Whale lowered himself carefully and hit the ground with his rifle still tight against his chest. His training kicked in fast. Check the weapon, check the surroundings, breathe. He had fought Boko Haram. He had crossed deserts and borders with bullets flying. But this place felt wrong in a way he couldn't explain. The air felt alive, heavy, like the land was listening. Night came fast. The first howl cut through the dark like a blade. Then another, then many. The wolves stepped into the firelight, huge black shapes with glowing red eyes. Bigger than any animal should be. They moved like smoke, circling him. Whale fired. His shots were clean, perfect. Any normal creature would have dropped. These didn't. They kept coming. He backed up, heart pounding, and lit a ring of fire using broken plane parts. The flames rose high, snapping and hissing. The wolves stopped, but not in fear. They howled in anger. Whale stood his ground, shouting into the night, daring them to come closer. Something about his refusal, his rage, his will made them hesitate. Finally, they melted back into the jungle. At dawn, the ground shook. Mountains cracked, trees snapped, birds fled in screaming clouds. Then Godzilla rose, a wall of scales and scars, eyes burning. Each step split the earth open. The river boiled as it moved. The villagers appeared from nowhere, falling to their knees. "This is our curse," they said. "Our gods walk here. No man leaves." Whale looked up at the monster and did not kneel. He found old weapons buried beneath the village, rusted artillery from a war no one remembered. He dragged them into place with bleeding hands and shaking arms. When Godzilla charged, Whale ran. He led it to the gorge. When the beast unleashed its burning breath, Whale detonated everything. The explosion shook the sky. Godzilla didn't die, but it screamed, wounded and furious, and sank back into the depths. The jungle went still again. Then came the footsteps. Heavy. Slow. King Kong stepped from the trees. He was massive, scarred, ancient. His eyes were not empty with rage like Godzilla's. They were tired, watching, thinking. They fought. Fists against steel, trees against fire. Whale was thrown, crushed, nearly broken. But he kept getting up. Not to win, not to conquer. Just to live. At last Kong stopped. He beat his chest once, loud enough to shake Whale's bones, then turned away and disappeared into the jungle. The land breathed out. Bleeding, broken, alone, Whale followed a cracked road out of the village. Days later, he collapsed at the edge of the city. Alive. Doctors said it was impossible. Commanders buried the report. The world called it a myth. But sometimes, when the earth trembles and wolves howl far away, Lieutenant Adewale Okonkwo wakes in the night, soaked in sweat. He knows the truth. The gods are real. And he survived them. Not because he was stronger, but because he refused to bow.